Number 4, critics warn that parts of this deal would undermine American regulation food safety. Worker safety, even financial regulations. They're making this stuff up. This is just not true. No trade agreement is going to force us to change our laws. This agreement would make sure our companies aren't discriminated against in other countries. We already treat companies from other countries fairly here. But our companies don't always get treated fairly there. So sometimes they need to have some way to settle disputes where it's not subject to the whims of some government bureaucrat in that country. That's important. We want our businesses to succeed. In selling over there, because that's how our workers will get more jobs here in the United States. And then finally, some critics talk about currency manipulation. Now, this has been a problem in the past. Some countries they try to lower their currency so that it makes their goods cheaper, makes ours more expensive. There was a time when China was pretty egregious about this. When I came into office, I started pounding on them. Every time I meet with them, I'd be talking about currency. And we pushed back hard, and China moved. In real terms, their currency has appreciated about 30% since I came into office. And we're going to keep on going after it. But that's not an argument against this trade agreement. If we give up the chance to help our businesses sell their stuff in the world's fastest growing markets, That doesn't do anything to stop currency manipulation. So the fact is, some folks are just opposed to trade deals out of principle, a reflexive principle. And what I tell them is, you know what, if you're opposed to these smart, progressive trade deals, then that means you must be satisfied with the status quo. And the status quo hasn't been working for our workers. It hasn't been working for our businesses. And there are people here who will tell you why. I'm going to just give you a couple of examples of small businesses who I had a chance to meet with today. Egg Press is a Portland-based greeting card company. Really nice. They sell their cards in Australia. Which is a member of this Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement. Their CEO, Tess Darrow. Where's Tess? Raise your hand. I saw her. There she is. So Tess says that if they could more easily reach customers in Japan, as well, they'd sell half the volume that they do here in America. That's a lot. Right now, the logistics of exporting to Japan are too complicated. Products end up being held up for months at the border. This agreement would help solve some of those problems, so Tess can sell more greeting cards in Japan, presumably in Japanese. There will be a translation process, I assume. Yes, absolutely. I'm teasing. So the trade deal would help eliminate barriers, and simplify customs. and hold countries accountable for getting products delivered swiftly. The more Tess sells, the more she can grow, the more she can hire here in Oregon, here in the United States. Oregon Fruit Products makes canned fruits, berries. Other products depends on exports for 20% of its annual sales. Right now, it exports to 4 members of this partnership that we're putting together. Japan, Australia, Singapore, and Canada. Unfortunately, selling in these countries right now can mean dealing with unfair rules designed to prevent our products from being offered in their markets. Under this agreement, that would change. Exporting becomes simpler, more consistent. That means more people around the world eating Oregon berries all year long. Very tasty. Sokol Blosser Winery. We got a lot of drinkers here. It's a winery, family run in Dayton, Oregon. One of its top export markets is Japan. Right now, there are high tariffs on American wine in that country. Under this trade partnership, those tariffs would be eliminated. And wineries across America could see their sales grow overseas. The brother and sister team that runs this vineyard wave, guys, they say. If we can make it easier to do business with countries that are already our trading partners, countries that are allies, that's a good thing. They're right. This deal would be a good thing. So let's just do it. It took a while for you to catch that. Didn't it? I thought that was pretty obvious. So, listen, I know a lot of folks who are skeptical about trade. Past trade deals didn't always live up to the hype. Labor and environmental protections weren't always strong enough. I saw for years, in Chicago and towns across Illinois, manufacturing collapsing. Jobs drying up. Outsourcing is real. Folks didn't just make that up. Some of our manufacturing base shifted over the last 25 years. And it wasn't good for manufacturing, and it wasn't good for those communities. And it wasn't good for workers. That's the truth. It had benefits, other jobs were created, we got cheaper goods. But there was real displacement and real pain. And so, for many Americans, this is not an abstraction, this is real. But we've got to learn the right lessons from that. The lesson is not that we pull up the drawbridge and build a moat around ourselves. The lesson is that we've got to make sure that the trade deals that we do shape are ones that allow us to compete fairly. So when I took office, I decided we could rethink the way we do trade in a way that actually works for working Americans. I didn't think this was the right thing to do just for companies. If I didn't think this was the right thing to do for working families, I would not be fighting for it. If any agreement undercuts working families, I won't sign it. I ran for office to expand opportunity for everybody, the all-American idea that no matter who you are, or where you come from, or how you started out, or who you love. In America you can make it if you try. So, yes, we should be mindful of the past, but we can't ignore the realities of the new economy. We can't stand on the beaches and stop the global economy at our shores. We've got to harness it on our terms. This century is built for us. It's about innovation. It's about dynamism and flexibility and entrepreneurship. And information and knowledge and science and research. That's us. So we can't be afraid of it, we've got to seize it. We've got to give every single American who wakes up, sends their kids to school. Rolls up their sleeves, punches in every day the chance to do what they do best, dream up. Innovate, build, sell the best products and ideas in the world to every corner of the world. Because, Nike, we do not just have the best athletes in the world. We also have the best workers in the world. Just do it, everybody. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you, Oregon. Thank you. God bless America. Barack Obama. Remarks on Trayvon Martin. Delivered July 19, 2013. Well, I wanted to come out here, first of all. To tell you that Jay is prepared for all your questions and is very much looking forward to the session. The second thing is I want to let you know that over the next couple of weeks, There's going to obviously be a whole range of issues: immigration, economics. Etc. We'll try to arrange a fuller press conference to address your questions. The reason I actually wanted to come out today is not to take questions, but to speak to an issue that obviously has gotten a lot of attention over the course of the last week: the issue of the Trayvon Martin ruling. I gave a preliminary statement right after the ruling on Sunday. But watching the debate over the course of the last week, I thought it might be useful for me to expand on my thoughts a little bit. First of all, I want to make sure that, once again, I send my thoughts and prayers as well as Michelle's, to the family of Trayvon Martin. And to remark on the incredible grace and dignity with which they've dealt with the entire situation. I can only imagine what they're going through, and it's remarkable how they've handled it. The second thing I want to say is to reiterate what I said on Sunday, which is there's going to be a lot of arguments. About the legal issues in the case. I'll let all the legal analysts and talking heads address those issues. The judge conducted the trial in a professional manner. The prosecution and the defense made their arguments. The juries were properly instructed that in a case such as this, reasonable doubt was relevant. And they rendered a verdict. And once the jury has spoken, that's how our system works. But I did want to just talk a little bit about context and how people have responded to it and how people are feeling.